As play continues, move back down into the neutral zone. Now push down into the Edina zone. The Hornets will come chase it down in the offensive zone. As the puck behind the net, trying to see sent back the other direction. As Keel controls it, it'll send it back the other direction. It'll work its way back around the Hornet net, back down to the near side. As Uline fighting through a couple of skippers, pokes it into the neutral zone, backhanded ahead by Keel into the offensive zone. And we'll have an icing called and a face-off coming with 16:09 to go here in the first period. No score between the Hornets and the Skippers, and we'll have an offensive zone face-off for Minnetonka coming here. 16:09 to go in the first period. No score. As McHugh will take the face-off for Minnetonka, or rather not, as McHugh booted from the face-off circle. As Tella Jungles opposes, controlled by Edina. They'll bring it down to the near side corner. Trying to work her way back the other way is Adams, that tries to send it the other direction. Skipper's doing a good job protecting the offensive zone, though, and they're able to take it away. The puck on the near side. Now send back down to the near corner as McHugh battling down there as well. Down there is Kaylee Crawford for the Skippers. And sent back into the neutral zone. Looking to reverse direction and push it back the other way. Is Anna Sorensen is pushed back into the Minnetonka zone. It's a shot that's just sent wide. It comes loose out front, and a shot pushed down into the near side corner. Edina able to push it right back into the Skipper zone. 15:27 to go in the first period. Skippers now controlling in their own zones. It's taken away, and there's a shot that's saved. And through to the goaltender once again for the Skippers. As it's flipped back into the neutral zone. The controlling and pushing it back the other direction is Lily Hendrickson. It works way back down into the near side corner. It's looking to come out with it and pushing it back behind the Skipper net now as it comes free. Skipper's trying to clear the zone. It is pushed now back out into the neutral zone as Jane Keel brings it back into the offensive zone. It's flipped up into the corner. We're looking to control it there is Kaylee Langfeld. So it comes loose outside of the net on the near side as it's brought back to the near side. Now it's pushed back toward the blue line, unable to be held in by the Hornets. They'll reset as Maxwell sends it up onto the far side in front of the bench. And sent in by Kylie Roberts for Edina. It'll work its way again around the Skipper net. As Bryn Dulac, the goaltender for Minnetonka, looking on in earnest. It'll come back to the point. There's a shot that was blocked out front as Sophia Dahl had come free in the slot. Skipper is able to push it back out to neutral ice. As Hendrickson trying to send it back the other direction, but it's blocked. Skipper's control on the near side as play is stopped with 14:07 to go here in the first period. Edina with a couple of good chances. We'll have a neutral zone face-off coming for the Hornets. Annie Keel will take it for Edina, controlled by the Hornets as Maxwell trying to dump it in deep, but it was blocked. And the Skipper's able to send it back the other direction. It'll work its way behind the net. Strittmatter in goal once again. It's a wraparound attempt. Strittmatter, backhand shot sent wide. A great offensive chance for the Skippers there. Just pushing that one wide was Lacey Martin. Sent back in deep by Lisa LaRock. Its way around the Edina net. Come around to the near side corner. Maxwell with it. Maxwell will bring it into the neutral zone herself. Will play its way around up into the far side corner. It'll be controlled there by the Skippers, Hannah Baskin. Poke it back toward the neutral zone. Skippers will be able to gain the offensive zone with Ellie Alvarez. Alvarez's shot will be poked off the end boards. Work its way back to the far side boards and back the other way by Kate Holscher. It's around to the near side as Jungle's trying to push it ahead. Skippers again able to hold the zone, and they'll push it back behind their net. As Uline sends it back to Jungles on the near side. Jungle's able to get it up ahead for CC Bolby. Bolby, though, couldn't quite control it that well. The Skippers looking to send it back the other direction now. The Hornets able to maintain possession in the neutral zone. Here's Lucy Bolby coming in on side. Bolby with a shot. She scores! Lucy Bolby puts Edina up 1-0. She coasted in from the neutral zone, let it go herself, and she beat Dulac on the stick side. It's 1-0 Hornets with 12:41 to go here in the first period. So the Hornets off to a fast start once again this afternoon as they jump ahead 1-0. Goal coming at 4:19 of the first period. The Hornets grab the early lead here at home against the rival Minnetonka Skippers as the Hornets control in their own zone. Jungles pushes this one up ahead toward Tella Jungles. Vivian and Tella working on the same line in this sequence. So Lucy Bowlby putting the Hornets up 1-0. So the puck works its way back behind the Edina net. Then that goal coming at 4:19 of the first period, which the Hornets up 1-0. Was Lucy Bowlby from CC Bowlby. The Hornets able to throw this one through the neutral zone to go for an icing, though, and have a face-off back in the Edina zone with 11:58 to go here in the first period. It's 1-0 in favor of the Hornets. The offensive zone face-off controlled by the Hornets. Hendrickson, though, couldn't handle it behind her own net. It comes down to the near side corner as Roberts gets it ahead toward Hendrickson. Hendrickson trip, penalty coming against the Skippers. The Skippers touch up in the neutral zone. And Edina already with that 1-0 lead. They'll get the first power play of the game with 11:45 to go here in the first period. As Kylie Mells will take the tripping penalty as Roberts is trying to work her way around. So an offensive zone face-off for the Hornets. And they get the first power play as well. Face-off pushed up into the corner. As Minnetonka trying to clear and unable to do so with Maggie Nicholson as the clear attempt was blocked. Now it is pushed back into the neutral zone. Hornets control in their own zone with Uline. Uline's long pass to the near side for Bowlby, a little bit out of Bowlby's reach. As Bowlby fighting for it down in the near side corner. The Skippers again trying to clear, and this time they will clear at the length of the ice. The Hornets will reset from behind their own net. As Uline with it, gets it to Jungles on the near side. Jungles into the offensive zone. She'll get it behind her. It'll work its way back to the point. Now gets up to Uline up at the blue line. Uline will take it back. Shot through traffic. Goes wide to the net, and it'll bang off the far side, or end wall rather. It moves down to the near side corner. The Hornets able to control it out of the scrum. Uline trying to get it back down to Bowlby on the near side. Bowlby couldn't quite handle it. 10:40 to go, first period. 53 seconds to go in the Edina power play. And a shorthanded opportunity the other direction into the offensive zone is Martin. Martin with a shot. She scores. A shorthanded goal for Lacey Martin on the 2-on-1. It's 1-1 with 10:29 to go in the first period. There's some kind of discussion at center ice. That shot didn't make it in by much. Yeah, the Hornets control the face-off. Oh, Lacey Martin, that shorthanded goal tying this game up at 1. So coming at 6:39. Edina pushes it back into their offensive zone. Lucy Bowlby trying to get it down low and then trying to get it back to Bowlby, but she couldn't quite control that hot pass. There's Adams up high. There's a shot through traffic blocked. It gets way up into the corner. The Hornets able to get a shot on goal, and they score! The shot through traffic looked innocent enough, but it was able to find its way past Dulock, and the Hornets retake the lead on the power play at 2-1. Bowlby gets her second goal of the game already here in the first period. The Hornets on the power play. That goal coming at 8:04 of this first period. The Hornets were able to overcome that shorthanded goal they just gave up a moment ago, and they retake the lead at 2-1. I want to thank Pete for helping us out. A little bit of A bit of a race to get on the air this afternoon, but Pete, as usual, working hard. We've got everything in working order, everything going well now on the production side of things. The Hornets able to take the lead here in the first period once again. They lead 2-1. As Minnetonka back into the offensive zone. And to push it around the net was Martin. Martin, who had that shorthanded goal a moment ago that put the Skippers on the board and tied it up momentarily at 1. Play moving back down into the Edina zone. 8:43 to go here in the first period. Getting a in the Edina offensive zone once again. The puck works its way up into the near side corner. Down to the far side, it comes loose out front. Bolby with a shot saved by Dulock as it trickles its way back out, but Edina able to maintain possession. It's a shot toward the goal that's cleaned up out front by the skipper. They'll bring it back into the neutral zone. Trying to work her way into the offensive zone is LaRoche. LaRoche will steer her way around. Rather, that's Kaylee Langfels. My apologies. Langfels down to the near side corner. Centering feed is intercepted by Edina. As Uline trying to clear as it caught one of the Minnetonka players, I think up high, almost in the face guard. It was Kaylee Crawford who inadvertently got in the way of that puck and maybe able to briefly hold the offensive zone. But now here's Lucy Bolby taking the long pass into the offensive zone. Bolby trying to go to the nice stick work, but getting in the way of that one was LaRoche as it comes back around to the near side. We're back out into the neutral zone. It's Adams with it near her own net. Adams will push it into the neutral zone. It's that long pass out of the reach of Olivia Swaim will go for an icing. The pass was a little more on target, could have generated another great opportunity for Edina. The pass out of the reach of Swaim, and that'll bring the face-off back into the Edina defensive zone. As Annie Keel will take the face-off against Ellie Alvarez. Face-off kicked down to the near side corner is a nice little subtle kick by Keel, able to push it down into the corner. Here's Hendrickson controlling it behind her own net. Harassed nicely, though, by Olivia Meredith. As poked back into the neutral zone. This one just out of the reach of Katie Davis. As catching up to that one first is Maggie Nicholson, able to knock that one down into the corner. As it comes loose out front, Edina able to maintain possession. As Hendrickson with a long shot, that'll go wide. Adams able to hold the zone. Her shot is blocked and taken away by the Skippers. Brought back into the neutral zone. As Maggie Nicholson trying to center it and just out of the reach of Olivia Meredith and sent back the other direction. Hornets bringing it the other way. Annie Keel into the offensive zone. Keel with a nice stick. We're working her way around. She scores! Annie Keel with a great move and a great shot, and Edina leads it 3-1. Edina already generating some great offense here in the first period as they have a 3-1 lead. The play in front of the Edina bench.
Scoring for Edina, number 11.
And we get the goal announcement. No assists on that goal. Coming at 10:27 here in the first period. Edina leading at 3-1. 2 goals by Lucy Bolby, now the one by Keel. And the lone tally for Minnetonka, that shorthanded goal by Lacey Martin. The Skippers and the aforementioned Martin bring it into the offensive zone. Martin with a great shot snagged with the glove by Strittmatter. So Martin looking to answer trying to pick up her second goal of the period. And an offensive zone face-off for the Skippers. And Molly McHugh will take it for the Skippers. But it's loose in the circle. It's loose out front. There's a shot pushed through the blue down to the near side corner by McHugh. Skipper sending it back the other way. It'll work its way up to the far side where Lucy Bolby gets cut off. Still loose on the far side board. Skipper's looking to come out with it. And Hornets able to poke it back into the neutral zone. McHugh back to pick it up. Cross-ice pass intercepted. Comes Stella Jungles into the offensive zone. Jungles working her way around, but her drive to the net taken away. Right off her stick pretty much as it's brought back the other way by the Skippers. Into the neutral zone. It's McHugh. Gain the offensive zone, rather. That's Kaylee Crawford. Crawford will have this one work its way around the net. Long cross-ice pass again for CC Bolby as she waits at the red line to set things up. Bolby will send it deep into the Skipper zone where the Skippers will play it back around to the near side. It's almost taken away out front by Swaim. But Annie Keel there to clean things up, and the Hornets looking to maintain that offensive zone pressure as Keel comes out with the puck trying to center it. And the Skipper's able to take it away and bring it back the other direction into the neutral zone. And the flex off of Adams down into the near side corner. It's down there battling is Kylie Mills as well. Mills took that penalty that set up the power play goal by Bolby earlier. As Adams ends up with it in the corner. Adams banks it off the end wall down to Jungles on the near side. Skipper's able to hold it at the blue line. Shot through traffic, got through to Strittmatter, was able to make the save. Swaim takes it away. Swaim 1-on-3 into the offensive zone. That one knocked away from her by Hannah Baskin. Swaim, though, battling through all of that, will end up in the far side corner, able to be not quite held in by Hendrickson at the blue line. It looked like he had it for a moment. Not quite able to hold the zone, though. That was a dangerous pass of the Skippers will end up driving back down into the offensive zone as Hendrickson on the near side. It's been taken away and pushed back the other direction by Holscher. With Jane Keel behind the net, plays it up to the far side, but the Skippers able to hold the zone. The shot through traffic, almost deflected past Strittmatter, was able to find it with the glove. As Ellie Alvarez almost caught up to that one first, right in front of Strittmatter. Offensive zone face-off for the Skippers coming. 3:25 to go first period. 3-1, Edina with the lead. The penalty coming here against Minnetonka. Was racing to catch up to that puck first. Down in the defensive zone is Rory Gilday. So the Hornets will go on the power play for the second time. Already cashed in on one power play. Meredith taking the penalty this time as the shot is blocked off the stick of Uline. It's loose up in the corner. Edina able to maintain the offensive zone. Boldy's shot blocked. It's loose in front of Duloc, and it's sent off the end board. Edina able to hold the zone. Down to the near side circle. Bolby get it down low. Whacking away at it are the Hornets. It ends up being poked down to the near side corner. 2:20 to go here in the period. We poked up onto the far side boards. The U-line, then down to the near side. As Boldy's shot saved by Duloc, and we'll have an offensive zone face-off for the Hornets. Coming with 2:05 to go here in the period. Offensive zone face-off controlled by the Hornets. It's Hendrickson. Then we'll take it back. Adams in the far side circle. Adams will get it back. Adams working her way to the puck down to the near side. As Hendrickson shot through traffic, was blocked. 1:40 to go in the period. 30 seconds to go in the Hornet power play. Lucy Bowlby ends up with the puck, and the skipper's able to poke it back into the neutral zone. It'll work its way all the way down. And looking to catch up to it first is Martin. Martin ends up with a wraparound attempt that Strittmatter ends up on the ice to cover up. 1:23 to go in the period. 3-1 Hornets. We apologize, having a little bit of problems with our scoreboard. So it is 3-1 in favor of Edina. If Uline able to clear that one out, but the skipper's there to take it right back and drive it back in deep. 1:10 to go in the period. Swaim on the near side boards. Works her way into the offensive zone. As the power play comes to an end, a minute to go in the period. It's Keel with a shot just wide. It's Keel looking for her second goal of the period. .45 seconds to go now in the opening frame. Productive one for the Hornets once again. They lead at 3-1. 35 seconds to go and counting as they have the offensive zone once again. Langfell sends it around to the near side. Skipper looking to gain the offensive zone. As Crawford battles her way down to the near side. It's on the end wall. 13 seconds to go in the period. As the first period comes to an end with that shot on at the buzzer going down to the end boards. Well, at the end of the first period, again, a very productive first for Edina. They score 3 times. Did give up the one shorthanded goal, but able to rebound from that. Well, listen to the scoring summary quick. Lucy Bowlby picking up the first goal of the game for Edina. And then answering shorthanded with Lacey Martin that tied the game at 1 at the time. Bowlby picked up her second at 9:21. That put the Hornets back up 2-1, and then Annie Keel putting up the third one following that. So the Hornets will go into the first intermission with a 2-goal lead over their rivals from Minnetonka. And we're going to take a timeout and come back with the start of the second period in about 10 minutes. Hi everybody, welcome back to Braemar Arena as we get the second period underway. Patrick Lilia here along with Will Vanderbilt, our crew on site for MNHockey.tv coverage. Edina begins the second period with a 3-1 lead and more play in the offensive zone where the Hornets spent a very large amount of time during that first period. They put up 3 goals, 2 by Lucy Bolby, 1 by Annie Keel. And the skipper's tally coming from Lacey Martin on a short-handed shot attempt. 16:32 to go here in the second period. Just underway. Here in the middle frame is the skipper's control. This one pushed up ahead by Maggie Nicholson. The Hornets bring it back into the offensive zone with a shot attempt that's blocked. As getting in the way of that one was Nicholson as Swain tried to drive in with that shot attempt right up the middle of the ice. It'll work its way back around to the near side corner. Going it the other direction is Gilday. Pushed up into the neutral zone where Martin possesses it, trying to gain the offensive zone. Taken away, though, by the Hornets. It's up its way up into the far side corner. It's played back around to the near side. It works its way to the blue line, able to be held in by Minnetonka. But then taken away by Edina, brought back the other way through the neutral zone. And gaining the offensive zone is Jungle before she gets knocked off the puck by Hannah Baskin as Martin bringing it back the other way. Martin into the offensive zone. Martin trying to go to some nice stick work to work her way around, but good job by the Hornets to get in the way of that one as it comes loose in front of Strittmatter, was able to make the save. So an offensive zone face-off coming for Minnetonka. 15:26 to go in the second period. It's a 3-1 lead for the host Edina Hornets, playing their first home game in a couple of weeks. 3 games to go following tonight's game. 4 games remaining for the Skippers, including this one. It's loose behind Strittmatter as it's back around on the near side. Adams trying to push it up the other direction. Rather, Roberts, my apologies. Back behind the Hornet net now. Some good work by Langfels getting play tied up. I'm in that corner to make life uncomfortable for the Hornets in their own zone. And sent back into the neutral zone. From the Hornets the other way into the offensive zone. Is trying to set that one up with Jungles up to Hendrickson. Hendrickson though couldn't control the awkward pass. As Jungles pokes it back up into the corner. CC Bolby, one of those down there for the Hornets, as well as Molly McHugh for Minnetonka. That comes out to the point and the shot is blocked. Off the stick of Maxwell. He works its way up into the corner. As McHugh able to push it back the other direction to Baskin. Then back out into the neutral zone. We'll go all the way down for an icing, and we'll have a face-off back in the skipper zone. 14:15 to go in the second period. 3-1 Hornets lead. Hornets able to push the face-off back behind the net. Centering feed taken away by the Skippers as Gwen Hendrickson tried to center that one. It's sent back into the neutral zone. The Skippers able to push it back into the offensive zone. 13:55 to go in the period. Skippers, there's a shot from the point that almost got through to Strittmatter off the stick of Nicholson. The Hornets carry it around their net, pushing it around to the near side for Gwen Hendrickson. As Dahl picks it up along the end wall, plays it behind the skipper net. This one intercepted by Gilday. Gilday with a shot that was saved by Strittmatter. The Hornets able to push it back out into the neutral zone. The offensive zone is Hendrickson. Hendrickson with a nice backhand move as it slips through a Dulock and they score! I'm not sure if Hendrickson will end up being the one credited with the goal. It seemed like kind of a fluky play with the way that it ended up, as it just slowly found its way through the 5-hole of Bryn Dulac, and it's 4-1 Hornets. Hornets control the face-off. 13:05 to go in the period. We'll have to catch the announcement to see who they ended up giving that goal to. Not sure if Hendrickson will get credit for it or not. And they will give Gwen Hendrickson the goal. As Kylie Roberts picks up the assist. And that puts the Hornets up 4-1 here with 12:41 to go in the period. As Minnetonka searching for just some way to slow down the Edina momentum. As Lisa LaRoche plays it off the far side board, it'll end up in the bench and we'll have a face-off. 12:30 to go in the second period. The Hornets led 1-0, and now they've tallied 3 unanswered goals into the Lacey Martin shorthanded goal from the Skippers, and they lead it 4-1 here in the second period. The Hornets control the Skippers control the face-off, my apologies, as Gilday pushes this one ahead. It'll work its way up to Crawford up in the corner. As Jungle's battling there for Edina. The Hornets able to take it away. Into the offensive zone is Swaim. Swaim with the feed attempt down to the streaking in on the streaking in through the middle was Davis. The pass a little bit out of Davis's reach. It ended up down in the corner. Swaim getting it back for a shot that'll go high over the net by Uline. It's loose up in the corner. It's taken away by the Hornets. Hit back toward Jungles at the point. Shot through traffic. Sticking out her stick to try to redirect that one with Swaim. The Skipper's able to poke it back out to neutral ice. It'll work its way back into the Edina zone. Strittmatter out of her net to play it. It's a long cross-ice pass to the far side in front of the bench area. There's Lucy Bowlby with 2 goals already in the game. She gets knocked off the puck, and the Skipper send it back the other way, able to be held in by the Hornets at the blue line. It'll work its way around to the centering feed, the redirect. It was not a good redirect feed at all, but Lucy Bowlby inadvertently almost poked it past Dulac for a hat trick. That would have been another fluky goal had that one gone in. I don't think they really drew that one up, but it almost went up on the board for the Hornets. As the face-off sent back into the Edina zone, 11:05 to go here in the second period. And counting, it's 4-1 Edina with the lead. Apologize, having some technical issues with our scoreboard, so that 3-1 not quite correct. It's 4-1 Edina leading here in the second period. The Hornets control it, bring it about through neutral ice. The puck banks off the far side boards. It'll go for an icing, and we'll have a face-off back in the Edina zone. 10:39 to go here in the second period. 4-1 the Hornets with the lead. The offensive zone face-off for the Skippers pushed up into the corner by Baskin. As the Hornets try to come out with it. It's loose out in front of Strittmatter. Strittmatter is still down as the puck eventually finds its way into her midsection. We'll have a face-off in the Edina zone. 10:25 to go here in the second period. 4-1 Edina. Off the face-off, Maxwell controls for Edina. We'll bank it off the far side boards into the neutral zone where the Skippers control it. As Nicholson pushes this one up ahead. It's Kylie Mills, one of those up there for Minnetonka. It's pushed back into the Skipper zone. And down to the near side for Emily Bayless. Bayless with a good stick move. Bayless driving toward the net, saved by Strittmatter. Emily Bayless able to drive the net and get a shot on goal, but Strittmatter again able to make the save. Offensive zone face-off for the Skippers. 10:02 to go in the second period. 4-1 Edina with the lead. Face-off pushed down into the near side corner. The Hornets control, push it back into the neutral zone where it's sent right back in by Baskin. The Hornets unable to clear. Baskin controls the shot through traffic. Strittmatter able to make the save once again. So Minnetonka trying to dig a little deeper here to get back in this game. They trail by 3 with 9:41 to go in the second, 4-1. The face-off controlled by Edina, sent to Maxwell. Maxwell on the near side, trying to play it up toward the blue line. Gaining the offensive zone is Swaim. Swaim with a shot that's partially blocked. It'll trickle its way up into the corner. Centering feed poked away. Still loose in front of Dulac, who makes the save. 9:22 to go here in the period. Edina with the 4-1 lead. Gwen Hendrickson able to find the back of the net, the only goal of the second period thus far. Edina controls the face-off. It'll sneak its way toward Dulac as it took an awkward bounce off the far side boards. As Bowlby touches that one up for an offside. Hey, one of the easier offside calls that these officials will get to make this season. Neutral zone face-off, 9:06 to go here in the second period. Edina again controlling the face-off. As Gwen Hendrickson enters the offensive zone. As Hendrickson fighting through a couple of bodies trying to drive toward the net, but the skipper is able to momentarily take it away. The feed down low, and Dulac able to just stick her stick out and get that one disrupted enough to keep it out of the net. It's Martin with a shot saved by Strittmatter. It's way up into the corner. 8.5 minutes to go in the second period. As Gilday back to pick it up in her own zone, trying to play it up ahead. As Martin couldn't quite track that one down for Minnetonka. The Hornets unable to clear, though. It'll be controlled by Alvarez in her offensive zone. The Hornets able to take it away, bring it back the other direction through neutral ice. CC Bowlby, though, has this one poked away by Holscher. Holscher will take it into the offensive zone, but she's got a lot of white and green in front of her. She tries to play it back toward Alvarez. Taken away, though, by the Hornets. Dumped down in deep as Dulac will snag this one with the glove as the Hornets just tried to dump and chase. But Dulac having not much of that, and will have an offensive zone face-off for the Hornets. 7:50 to go here in the second period. The Hornets with that 4-1 lead. Got the face-off. The skipper is looking to push it the other direction with Anna Sorensen. As the skipper player is down and very slow to get up, and able to hop up and get off the ice is Meredith. The Hornets back into the offensive zone. The centering feed sneaks through up to Kaylee Crawford. Will push it back the other direction for the skippers. As Katie Holscher gets knocked off the puck, she tried to gain the offensive zone. 7:10 to go in the period. Skippers maintaining the offensive zone. Long shot by Gilday, just deflected. Why they score on the second chance. And there's that offensive zone desperation working to Minnetonka's advantage. We saw they were trying to do whatever they could to get back in this game, and they have been successful in narrowing that 3-goal advantage. There's Kaylee Crawford able to hammer that one home. Well, Minnetonka able to get that desperately needed second goal, and they cut the deficit to 2. It's 4-2. With a penalty coming here against Minnetonka. Rather, not my apologies. Edina pokes this one back out to neutral ice. Long shot from the blue line that'll go high over the net by Annie Keel. Plays back around to the near side. Behind the net. Goal coming at 9:58. And gets the skippers back within 2 at 4-2. 6:20 to go here in the second period. The Hornets back the other way into the offensive zone. 2-on-1. If they hurry, there's a shot that's deflected up over the top of the net. Hornets, though, able to maintain control with Swaim. And now the Skippers able to take possession in their own zone. As they tried to spring Martin, but that pass nicely intercepted and sent back the other way. As Dahl then collides with Keel in the neutral zone. It's way back behind the Skipper net up into the corner. Centering feed, it's loose next to Dulac, who's got the glove on it, and she'll make the face-off. Coming with 5:43 to go here in the period. McHugh kicked from the face-off circle, and Gilday will take it instead. Crawford, my apologies, the face-off for Minnetonka. As no, Gilday does control it. It's poked up ahead into the offensive zone for Minnetonka. With Langfells. Is Edina able to take it away and bring it back the other direction? Skippers controlling in their own zone. Edina able to take it back, push it back up high in the Minnetonka zone. Gilday, they're able to control it for the Skippers, plays it around to the near side. Langfells trying to poke it up ahead toward Alvarez. It'll work its way down onto the end boards in the Edina zone as we're under 5 minutes to go in the period. Edina able to carry it back the other direction into the offensive zone. It's Hendrickson behind her own net. And you get back toward the blue line for Lily Hendrickson, who will dump it down into the corner. As Annie Keel trying to fight her way through into the corner. It'll work its way back down into the near side boards. It's then up onto the far side boards by Meredith, but it'll go long enough for an icing and a face-off coming all the way back into the Minnetonka zone. 4:19 to go in the period. 4-2, the Hornets with the lead. Once again, I want to apologize. Having a little bit of technical issues with our scoreboard this afternoon. It was at 3-1. Still a 2-goal lead for the Hornets, but it's 4-2 rather than that 3-1 that's being displayed right now. The puck works its way back into the near side corner. As Alvarez trying to push this one ahead. As Adams will track it down for Edina in her own zone. She'll circle the net. 4 minutes to go now in the second period. 4-2, Edina leading. The long pass intercepted, now sent all the way back down into the Skipper zone. We're back to trying to send it back the other way is Sorensen. As Martin trying to poke it up ahead. Skippers gain the offensive zone. Bayless with a shot that's blocked. Loose in front of the Skipper bench as it's poked back into the Edina zone. The players getting tied up. The puck will work its way back behind the Hornet net. Beginning the offensive zone will be Swaim, who will take a long shot. That's saved by Dulac. It'll work its way back to the Skipper net. As gaining possession, it's Langfeld. She'll gain the offensive zone for Minnetonka. She tries to work her way around Dahl. And Strittmatter down and able to make the save on the backhand attempt. Another offensive zone face-off coming for the Skippers here. 2:48 to go here in the second period. The Skippers are going to get a power play out of this as CC Bowlby will head to the penalty box. As she somewhat irritably slams it shut, so clearly not pleased with whatever was called against her. We'll have to get the PA announcement. But a big opportunity for Minnetonka to draw even closer. Bowlby for roughing the call. So Minnetonka on the power play for the first time. It's Mells into the offensive zone for the Skippers. Mells gets knocked down, loses the puck. Hornets unable to clear the zone. As it works his way down into the corner. Emily Bayless will work her way around the net to play it back up to the point. Held in by the Skippers. The shot by Martin that's blocked. Deflects down to the near side corner. We'll go back to the far side boards. Martin will have it there for the Skippers. Martin trying to center it. Backhand shot. It just comes loose in front of the net and it works its way down to the near side. As Mells couldn't really get a shot on the backhand attempt. Had an open net in front of her. They score anyway. Power play goal for the Skippers. And that'll draw them within one at 4-3. It'll be Kylie Mells who ends up with the goal. So Minnetonka with a power play goal and a shorthanded goal in this game. And don't look now, but the Skippers are within one. As Adams controls the face-off for Edina. Now Edina's going to have to dig a little bit deeper to try to find something to stem this Minnetonka momentum as the Skippers have started throwing things at the net, and now they've found the back of the net twice here in the second period after they fell behind 4-1 early on in the frame. It comes back down to the near side. Annie Keel. Keel in the circle. Keel with a backhand shot wide. Great move by Annie Keel. Jane Keel, my apologies, to work her way into the middle like that, and that good backhand shot opportunity, but just sent it wide. Martin and Bayless pick up the assists on the Mells goal. Bayless battling on the end boards. Comes down to Roberts. So Roberts tried to go to the stick move, but had the puck poked away from her by Gilday as a result. It's loose down in the corner. Under a minute to go here in the second period. It's Gilday as the puck poked away from her by Lily Hendrickson. Gwen Hendrickson down there as well. The puck sent back the other direction where we'll go for an icing and we'll have a face-off back in the Minnetonka zone with 34.2 to go in the second period. And having a little bit of issues with our scoreboard, so it's a 4-3 lead for Edina here. 34.2 seconds to go here in the second period. The puck poked down into the near side corner off the face-off. Skipper's able to poke it toward the blue line. Now definitely able to poke it out as Edina, though, able to push it back the other way. As Baskin will carry it around her net. Taking the puck away and getting a shot on goal was Keel, and Dulock able to make the save. Boy, they're showing though why these Hornets attackers are so dangerous as Keel able to take that puck away in the offensive zone and got a good look at Dulock, but Dulock able to make the big save. Under 10 seconds to go in the period. As Minnetonka gains the offensive zone as the buzzer sounds, and they feel things starting to tense up a little bit here at Braemar Arena as the Hornets went up 4-1 early in the period, but watched as the Skippers have turned things around dramatically. The Skippers scored the final 2 goals of the period, and they'll take a 4-3 deficit into the final frame. And certainly some things for the Hornets to talk about. But the key part for the Hornets, though, is that they still have the lead. Whether they've watched that 3-goal lead dwindle to just 1 as we go to the second intermission. You're watching Edina girls hockey from Braemar Arena as we hit the second intermission, 4-3 in favor of the Hornets. Welcome back to Braemar Arena as we get the third period underway. A tenuous 4-3 lead for the Hornets. We saw that 4-1 advantage in the second period, whittled down to 1 by the end of the middle frame. He's back here along with Will Vanderbilt. I'm Patrick Lilia, happy to be here this afternoon. A cold, snowy, icy afternoon here in the metro area. There's a lot more snow possibly on the way starting tomorrow. The Hornets controlling in the neutral zone. Annie Keel, the shot that's saved by Duloc. Second chance also snagged by the goaltender. An offensive zone face-off for the Hornets with 16:39 to go here in the final period. The Hornets led 1-0, and then at one point led 4-1. It's back-to-back Minnetonka goals in the latter stages of the second period, though. Suddenly making Edina sweat a little bit this afternoon. Talked about the Hornets in the beginning, perhaps a little bit emblematic of their season, an up and down year for the woman from the Pagel Activity Center. Coming in at 11-9-1 on the season. Face-off pushed up into the corner. The battle continues on the far side boards. Hendrickson able to hold it in at the blue line, but the skipper is able to bring it back the other direction. Back into the neutral zone, banked off the near side boards. It'll work its way in. That's Martin, who had the shorthanded goal that got the Skippers their first goal of the game. That tied it up at 1-1 at the time in the first period. Edina would score the next 3. And of course, Minnetonka, the next 2 after that, and that's a 1-goal lead for Edina here in the final period as we go under 15:40 to go. Edina trying to establish a little bit more breathing room here in the final period. The Skippers float this one back into the neutral zone. As Hendrickson sends it back the other way, Lucy Volby, who had 2 first-period goals, ends up with the puck on the near side boards. Look back the other way, back into the neutral zone come the Skippers. It'll float its way back down into the near side corner. It'll work its way around the net where Adams has it for Edina as they catch the Skippers in a line change. Adams with speed into the offensive zone as she can't get anything on the shot as it was poked away from her at the last second by Maggie Nicholson. Comes loose out front as it caroms its way back into the neutral zone. Edina unable to hold it in. It's laid back in deep by the Hornets. Skippers possessing it on the far side boards, is unable to control this one on those far side boards with Langfells. Work its way back into the Skipper zone behind the Minnetonka net. Langfells banks it up ahead. It's able to be held into the offensive zone, though, by the Hornets. It's then back the other direction by Kylie Roberts along the far side boards behind the Skipper net. As it's taken away by the Hornets momentarily, but now the Skipper is able to bring it back through the neutral zone and gaining the offensive zone and then getting it behind her. There's a shot saved by Strittmatter, who will hold on. That was a good setup as Nicholson left it behind her for Langfells, and Langfells drove in through the slot for a great opportunity. Strittmatter able to make the save and preserve that 1-goal lead. Some discussion between the officials and Strittmatter. An offensive zone face-off for the Skippers, controlled by Minnetonka. Shot through traffic will go well wide of the net. It's Keel trying to play it up through the corner again, though, controlled by the Skippers. Banked back down to the near side in front of the net, now behind the net. It banks off the back of the cage. This one pushed up ahead for Swaim. Swaim trying to get it off for Davis, but it's out of her reach. And he'll go for an icing and a face-off back in the Edina zone with 13:51 to go in the last period. Face-off controlled by Edina. Uline Works its way around the Hornet net, and it'll work its way all the way back into the neutral zone. We're racing to track it down is LaRoche. LaRoche plays it around the net. We'll come back around to the near side. Skipper's right back into the offensive zone as Martin tried to fight her way through two Edina defenders. And shot through traffic blocked by off the stick of LaRoche. Back out into the neutral zone with the Skipper's able to dump it back in deep and change. There's Uline in her own zone. Uline now into the offensive zone. Will play it around the net. Dulock out of her net. She'll leave it behind her. It's Holscher. Holscher trying to get it up ahead for LaRoche. The Hornets able to push it back the other direction. And the Skippers now push it back out into the neutral zone, and here they come back the other way. It's Alvarez slowing up. She tried to work around Adams to play it around the net, around to the near side corner. Battle along the end wall. As Alvarez will come out with it for Minnetonka, and we've started to see as the game has worn along. Wraparound attempt comes loose out front as it's a great job by Holscher to make that play happen. Going to comment that, oh, that was almost a great move by Nicholson as she lost control of the puck, and Lucy Bowlby will gain the offensive zone instead. Holscher almost putting a brilliant move on Lucy Bowlby, but Bowlby able to see through that one and was able to send the puck the other way. About to go under the 12th-minute mark, was going to make the observation that we started to see Minnetonka win more of these races to the puck and these puck battles as this game has gone along. Perhaps no small part of why they've been able to whittle that deficit from 4-1 to 4-3. The Blues on the end wall back in the Edina zone as Jane Keel looking to send it up ahead. But the Skippers again able to take it away in the offensive zone as Hendrickson battling. She pushes it around to Adams on the near side. As Roberts able to take it away and gain the offensive zone. Roberts with a shot saved by Dulock. As Roberts almost getting a big insurance goal for the Hornets here in the third period. Here come the Skippers back the other way, able to be dumped down in deep. Will work its way around the net was Langfells. With Maxwell back up the near side for the Hornets. She'll gain the offensive zone. Maxwell will drive around the net. Trying to center it. It's loose and now comes back around to the near side. It'll work its way into the corner. Roberts battling down there with Martin. Martin, who looked very impressive on that shorthanded goal in the first period that tied the game at 1 at the time. 10:35 to go now in regulation. The Skippers once again almost able to make a big play and generate a good offensive opportunity as it's driven back into the Edina zone. There's Dahl on the near side. Dahl trying to push this one up ahead, but a good job by the Skippers to not let the Hornets exit the zone quite so easily. Hornets into the offensive zone. There's a shot saved by Dulock. Centering feed in front of the goaltender for the Skippers. Brings back out to Uline. Uline with a shot through traffic blocked. As Jungles' shot is also blocked. It works its way up into the corner. Under 10 minutes to go in regulation as Jungles got tied up on that centering attempt, and the Skippers will gain the offensive zone. Martin with a shot, who hit the crossbar. There's another shot through traffic. That one got through to Strittmatter, who made the save, but Martin hit the crossbar a moment ago, and Martin now will end up with the puck back. He'll work her way through traffic, a shot saved by Strittmatter. Wow, 3 great opportunities for the Skippers on this sequence. And the folks here at Braemar Arena really having to bite their nails now with Minnetonka very close to evening it up. As Edina controls the face-off, Uline sending a long cross-ice pass, and Minnetonka's going to be able to hold the zone. A shot saved by Strittmatter. Centering feed. Poked back. There's a shot through traffic. That's blocked. As Holscher had worked her way free up high in the zone, And Holscher is going to gain the offensive zone. Holscher with a shot, saves Strittmatter, who knocks it down with the glove. Holscher centering feed, sneaks through. Oh my goodness, the Skippers with so many great chances to even this game up just can't quite find the back of the net. Under 9 minutes to go in regulation. And we all need to catch our breath after that sequence. Minnetonka with 4 great looks at Strittmatter, 1 hit the crossbar, and the Edina goaltender Strittmatter able to stand tall on the 3 other ones that followed. As Edina was already a tenuous 1-goal lead, but somehow that 1-goal lead becoming even more tenuous here in the middle part of the third period. It was back out to the blue line. Hendrickson able to hold. And up toward Jane Keel with a shot that'll go up. This play is stopped as one of the Minnetonka players is down and hurting. We're going to take a quick break. No, rather not, as the Minnetonka player able to get up and get off the ice with a little bit of assistance from a teammate. That was Sorensen, I believe, who, tough to tell from here whether that's the 8 or the 9. Got the face-off controlled by Minnetonka. It'll work its way around the net. Nicholson will play it up to the far side. It's Crawford. Crawford into the offensive zone. Crawford with a shot that's blocked. Crawford, though, able to maintain possession of the puck through that. Back to Gilliard, who sends a shot wide. It'll work its way up to the far side boards. As Minnetonka will be able to hold the offensive zone. They'll work it around back to the near side. The shot through traffic. Strittmatter able to make the save. As Hendrickson controls for Edina, she'll try to get it to Adams on the near side. She tries to get that one up ahead toward Roberts, but Minnetonka able to take it away once again. Another offensive zone turnover. Briefly, it's now the Hornets able to get it back. Adams having a lot of trouble getting this one out into the neutral zone, as it's sent right back in deep by the Skippers. Edina able to play it off as Hendrickson with a dangerous bank off the end boards, trying to set up a teammate, and that almost ended up going to Strittmatter. Centering feed is loose in front of Strittmatter, as Strittmatter able to poke it away. As Bayless had snuck into the middle. Oh boy, and this, we keep saying it that, you can't really get much more tenuous than a 1-goal lead, but Minnetonka is basically just firing away at Strittmatter at this point. So that's 6:53 remaining on the clock. Perhaps looking like an eternity right now for the Edina Hornets and their faithful. The offensive zone face-off pushed back into the corner. Minnetonka able to hold. Now the Hornets able to get it back out into the neutral zone. Davis. She'll gain the offensive zone. Right in the corner. Work its way back on the near side boards. Skippers into the offensive zone. Bayless trying to work her way around Keel, but couldn't do it. Keel ends up taking the puck back. Keel from the circle with a shot saved with the glove by Dulac. Four to 3, Edina with the lead. 6:17 to go in regulation, but Minnetonka just peppering Strittmatter with opportunity after opportunity, trying to get the tying goal. Back into the offensive zone are the Skippers. It was deflected out off of Lucy Bolby, and the Skippers will just dump it in deep. Its way back around to the near side corner. A Stahl trying to play it the other way. It'll work its way around Molly McHugh on the far side boards. The Hornets able to get it out into the neutral zone. CC Bolby will flip this one down in. As Tella Jungle's trying to catch up with it in the corner. The battle forms along the end boards involving McHugh and Jungles, or rather Bolby. Skippers back out into the neutral zone. It'll be dumped in deep by Holscher. As Nicholson able to get to that one, and she ties up her player in the far side corner. That was Maxwell. The Hornets bring it around to the near side. As Jungle's trying to push this one ahead. 5:10 to go in regulation. Long pass up ahead for Martin. Martin will send it cross ice. Reversing direction is Sorensen. As Martin will dump this one in deep. There are 5 minutes to go, 4:52 and counting. It'll get to Martin. Martin centering feed, trying to get it to Mells, who couldn't quite catch up to that one. And Swain into the offensive zone for Edina with a shot that'll go wide. It'll work its way out of play. And an offensive zone face-off for the Hornets coming. 4:33 to go in regulation, and a 4-3 lead for the host Edina team. Off the face-off, the Skippers will play it around. As Langfell's on the far side boards, will play it down to the near side in the offensive zone for Minnetonka. The puck tied up in the corner. The Skippers poke it up Hornets rather poke it the other way as Davis gets tied up entering the offensive zone. Davis, who has been quiet, haven't really called her name a lot as it comes loose out front and sent down to the near side corner as Jungles will send it back up to the far side. As Jungles trying to play it ahead. Minnetonka possesses it in their own zone. 3:45 to go in regulation as Strittmatter tips this one up into the net. We'll have an offensive zone face-off for Minnetonka. 3:42 to go in regulation. If Minnetonka is unable to tie this game, they'll look back to that sequence they had about midway through the period where they had 4 brilliant opportunities as Martin hit the crossbar on a shot and then 3 others with great saves by Strittmatter to preserve that 1-goal lead. 3.5 minutes to go in regulation. Look back into the neutral zone. This will be rolled in deep by Holscher. It'll work its way around to the near side. CC Bowlby got knocked off the puck right before she could cross the blue line. The Skippers will retake possession. 3:07 to go in regulation. As Martin works it around to the near side corner where Adams has it for Edina. Adams trying to play it up ahead, but that bad pass taken away by Minnetonka and pushed back up into the corner. It's Hendrickson trying to clear it out as it's deflected up. It'll work its way down for an icing and an offensive zone face-off for the Skippers coming with 2:49 to go in regulation. Minnetonka going to take their timeout here. Just a really stellar period for the Edina goaltender, Ellie Strittmatter. With all the things that Minnetonka has thrown at her in this period and getting a little help from the pipe as well. In baseball, they call the double play the pitcher's best friend. Perhaps in hockey, the crossbar, the goaltender's best friend. Well, the situation once again, it's 2:49 remaining here in the third period. Edina leading at 4-3 over Minnetonka. But Minnetonka has been pushing very hard here in the third period to try to get that tying goal. We entered the third period with this 4-3 score. Edina went ahead 1-0 and then led 4-1 in the second period before Minnetonka drew within 1 by the end of that middle frame. Skippers have now used their timeout. Strittmatter standing alone in her goal crease as the huddles have yet to break from the benches. An offensive zone face-off coming for the Skippers. Edina controls the face-off, a big face-off win for the Hornets. Comes around to the near side, but Martin controls for Minnetonka. Shot through traffic. That one goes just wide. The Skippers able to maintain this offensive pressure as Baskin caught up to the puck first. Shot through traffic. That one just goes wide. It works around to Martin. Jungles battling on the near side. Keel will come out with it for Edina. She tries to play it out, but she can't. The Hornets are unable to clear the zone, and now they are. As Swaim will try to catch up to this one. Swaim will. Swaim with a shot. Score! Olivia Swaim with a huge insurance goal puts Edina up 5-3 with 2:13 to play. Just a case of the Skippers trying to get as aggressive as they could, continuing that intense offensive pressure. Unfortunately, the puck just bounced the wrong way. Fortunately for the Hornets, and Swaim able to drive the offensive zone all alone, and a big goal puts the Hornets up by 2 with 2:11 and counting to play. As an icing off the face-off will bring the face-off deep into the Minnetonka zone. All of a sudden, the Skippers in a world of trouble. It almost looked like a foregone conclusion that they were going to find a way to tie this game the way things were going. But Strittmatter able to hold that 1-goal lead, and Swaim able to put Edina up 5-3 as we're now under 2 minutes to play. Certainly a brilliant effort by Minnetonka, especially the keep battling after they fell behind 4-1 in that second period. Kind of talked about several times the up and down nature of the Skippers season. There's a microcosm of that in this game as they fell behind early, able to fight back, get within 1. Had a brilliant third period in the offensive zone, just unable to find that tying goal. And now Swaim perhaps putting the game out of reach as the Hornets lead it by 2 with 1:40 and counting to go. As Martin trying to center it, it's first in front of Strittmatter, and Martin just sends the second chance wide. As Martin will take it back, centering feed. Being poked around, comes back down to the near side corner. 1:15 to go in regulation. Empty net for Minnetonka. As Martin pokes that one off the side of the net. Centering feed intercepted by the Hornets as Lucy Bowlby will send this one down deep into the Minnetonka zone. Will go for an icing and a face-off back in the Hornet zone. 1:02 to go in regulation. 5-3 Edina. They're going to get coincidental minors assessed here. They'll remain 5-on-5. As Adams trying to poke this one ahead. Under a minute to go. The shot through traffic, she scores! We're listening to the announcement regarding the penalties as Molly McHugh able to finally beat Strittmatter here in this third period. But still a 1-goal lead for the Hornets, so that big insurance goal by Swaim turning out to be a huge factor right now. 48.6 remaining. It's 5-4 Hornets leading. As the Skippers have used their timeout. Off the face-off. As Duloc will have to snag that one with her glove, and we'll have an offensive zone face-off for the Hornets with 43 seconds remaining. So McHugh at 16-11. And we waited all period to see if the Skippers would be able to beat Strittmatter the way things were going. The Skippers control behind their own net, trying to play it around to the near side. Hornets just looking to hold the defensive zone and from taken away. The net still occupied, though, by Duloc as the puck's still down in the Minnetonka zone. We're under 20 seconds to play. We'll have to see if Minnetonka able to get any kind of push at all here in the final seconds, and Edina will push the puck back into the Minnetonka zone. 5 seconds to go, so perhaps an anticlimactic finish to what was shaping up to be an exciting 50 final seconds after Minnetonka drew within one. But Edina able to slam the door shut, and they win it this afternoon by a score of 5-4. As Olivia Swaim ends up with the game-winning goal. That huge insurance goal with 2:12 to go in regulation ends up being the difference as McHugh able to get Minnetonka back within one in the final minute. But the Hornets able to hold on and win a thriller this afternoon at Braemar Arena. So the Hornets on the Saturday afternoon, the eve of perhaps the biggest snowstorm of the season, able to weather a storm in the third period, able to knock off the Skippers this afternoon. Final score, Edina 5, Minnetonka 4. For Will Vanderbilt, this has been Patrick Lilia. Glad you could be along for this thriller this afternoon. Take care, everybody. We'll catch you from an arena near you.